Hey guys, Jennifer here with the Family Fudge and welcome to Bunches of Lunches. This week I have some really interesting lunch ideas to share with you, and that's because I'm going to be doing a no-spend pantry challenge. And you guys, it's actually the perfect time for me to do this challenge because about 2 weeks ago, the refrigerator in my kitchen stopped working. And I've been trying to hold off on doing a big grocery haul until it is fixed. Now you guys, I do have a small refrigerator in my garage, so I will have some fresh items, but for this challenge I can only use what I already have, so no going out to buy any new ingredients. Now before I get started, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you love fun lunch ideas, and go ahead and hit that red subscribe button if you're new. And now let's get on to the lunches. Hey guys, for today's lunches, I'm getting my inspiration from these old tortillas. Now they are old, but they are still good. The only thing is that they're kind of small and there's only 4 of them. Now my first thought was to make these into quesadillas, but I only have a little bit of cheese on hand and I want to save that for later this week. Now I do have a small bunch of bananas left that I definitely need to use. So what I'm going to do is make these into banana roll-ups. Now normally for this I would be using peanut butter, and I do have peanut butter on hand. But before I get into that, I'm going to try to use up this almond butter instead. So now all I'm going to do is spread a good layer of this almond butter all over my tortilla. I'll get my banana on here and then I'm going to roll the whole thing up. Now the kids could definitely just eat these whole, but normally what I like to do is to cut this into slices. So it's kind of like banana sushi. Now since this main course already includes fruit, I'm going to be moving on to the veggie. And you guys, right now in my fridge, I only have this big bag of carrots. All my other veggies are of the canned or frozen variety. So I'm thinking we're going to be having a lot of carrots this week. Now to make these a little bit more interesting, I did go ahead and cut these into some crinkle sticks. And I am going to make sure to give each kid a little container of ranch so they can dip their carrots in. Now, the next thing I'm going to add into the kids' lunches are these apple straws. Now, I actually bought this bag several months ago, and it's just been hanging out in my pantry, taking up space. So I'm going to go ahead and open them up and use them in today's lunch. Next, I'm also going to give each kid one of these little yogurt pouches. These have been in my garage refrigerator for a while, and I do only have 2 of one flavor and 2 of the other. So now I have 1 lunch down, I just have 3 more to make, and then afterwards I will show you what the kids ate, and they'll let us know whether they liked it or not.
My favorite was the banana sushi. My favorite part of lunch was banana sushi. My favorite part of this lunch was the apple straws and the sushi. My favorite was the banana sushi.
Hey guys, the inspiration for today's lunch is going to come from these leftover pieces of naan bread. Now, one of our favorite things to do with naan bread is to make them into mini pizzas, but unfortunately right now I don't have any pepperoni and I'm also low on mozzarella cheese. But what I do have is plenty of canned chicken. I keep this in my prepper pantry, so I kind of always have some of this on hand. And I also have just a little bit of barbecue sauce left as well. So I'm thinking today is going to be barbecue chicken pizza day. So I'm actually going to start by popping open my can of chicken, and I do want to go ahead and drain all of the liquid out. I want this to be nice and dry. Now to the shredded chicken, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of barbecue sauce and a little bit of marinara sauce. I had a partial jar in my garage fridge, so I'm just going to add a little bit in here as well, and then mix it all together. So now to make these pizzas, I'm just going to add a little bit of this barbecue chicken directly on top of the naan bread, and then normally I would top this with mozzarella cheese, but I don't have very much of that, so I'm just going to use a little bit And then this part might be a little bit strange, but I do have some taco shredded cheese, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that on top as well. Now you definitely could add any kind of veggie you wanted on, but my kids won't really appreciate that, so I'm gonna just cook these as they are. And you guys, these are gonna be super fast. They're only gonna take about 10 minutes in a 350-degree oven. And check it out, you guys, these smell so good. I should have made one for myself. Now to go along with these pizzas, I'm also going to be adding in some grapes. A few days ago I bought a big container of grapes that actually had 3 different kinds of grapes, so for today's lunch I'm just going to be adding in some green ones. And for our veggie, again, we're going to be having carrots, but today I'm going to change things up a bit and I'm going to cut these into carrot coins. And that basically just means into round circles that look like coins. My kids love to dip these in ranch as well. Now you guys, I'm going to finish off this lunch by adding a few of these Blvd bites. I've had these left over in my pantry for a while too. And then for the kids' drink today, I'm going to go ahead and give them each an apple juice pouch. 1 lunch down, 3 to go, and afterwards I'll show you what they ate.
I really like the barbecue chicken pizza. I love the Blvd bites, but I don't think I like the chicken pizza. My favorite was the pizza. My favorite was the barbecue chicken pizza.
The inspiration for today's lunch is coming from this kind of stale leftover bread. Now we have this really cute bread box over here that does a really good job keeping bread fresh. But if the kids don't actually close the bag first, the bread will still get stale. So whenever I have stale bread that's not moldy, I like to make French toast. Now we have a couple of backyard chickens that lay us a few eggs every day, so that's been really nice. I haven't needed to buy those at the store, but unfortunately some of my kids are not liking plain scrambled eggs these days. So to make the eggs that we have into French toast is kind of like a win-win for everybody. And you guys, to make this French toast extra special, I've also sprinkled a little bit of this cinnamon toast crunch dust. So I'm just going to dip my bread as normal, and then instead of cooking this in my skillet, I'm going to cook each slice in my panini press. So now that the French toast is done, I'm going to move on to a fruit and veggie. Now like I said, I have plenty of grapes still on hand, so today I'm going to be adding in some of the purple ones. And in today's lunch, we're going to be skipping out on the carrots, and instead I'm just going to add in some corn. I usually have a good supply of canned corn in my pantry, so I can always just grab some if I need some. All of my kids love corn, so I'm sure they'll be happy to see this. And then for today's snack, I'm going to be adding in some Skinny Pop. As you can see, I have quite a lot of these bags left in my pantry, and I really would like to use them up. So I'm just going to give a little bit to each kid, and then I'm going to finish off this lunch by giving each kid a little bit of yogurt. This is a very special snickerdoodle flavored yogurt from Aldi, and to make it even more fun, I'm just going to add a little bit of sprinkles to the top. And you guys, when it comes to sprinkles, I probably won't be running out of them anytime soon.
My favorite was the Cinnamon Toast Crunch French Toast. I like the cinnamon French toast and the popcorn, but the normal corn is kind of weird. I love French toast. My favorite part of this lunch was the cinnamon French toast.
Hey guys, now the inspiration for today's lunch comes from a few leftover hot dogs. Now, as you guys probably know, I have 4 kids, but as you can see, I only have 3 hot dogs. So what I'm going to do is actually slice these up into small pieces. Then I'm going to add just a few of these slices to some muffin cups. And I really like to use silicone liners for this because they make cleanup so easy. Because if you haven't already guessed, I'm going to be making these into corn dog muffins. And so I'm going to top each little muffin with a scoop of cornbread batter. Now to make this really easy, I've just mixed up this box of cornbread mix. These are another pantry staple item in our house. They are super quick and easy, and they are pretty inexpensive too. So now I'm going to go ahead and get these corn dog muffins into the oven, and while those are cooking, I'm going to heat up some good old baked beans. but not just any baked beans. These are Dr. Pepper baked beans. Now, to be honest, I've never actually tried these. I bought them a while ago and they've just been sitting in my pantry. So today we're gonna give them a try. So now that our corn dog muffins are ready, I'm gonna go ahead and get them onto my tray. For the little kids, they'll probably just want one, but for the bigger kids, they'll most likely want two. To go along with these, I'm also going to give each kid a little bit of ketchup, perfect for dipping. And then on the side, I'm going to go ahead and add a couple spoonfuls of those Dr. Pepper baked beans. And then I'm bringing back the carrots. That's right, one more lunch with carrots this week, but I think my kids will be okay with it because I'm going to include some ranch. For our fruit today, I went ahead and just sliced up an apple, so I'll put these over on this side. And then for a special treat today, I'm going to give each kid a couple of these Danish butter cookies. Now these are from Trader Joe's as well, and they are so good. Definitely a fun December time treat. And then you guys, to finish off today's lunch, I'm also going to include a little chocolate milk. I know my kids will be super excited to see this because they love chocolate milk. Okay guys, I hope this video gave you lots of lunch inspiration that you can use this week. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.